right. Real Estate Tailgate, 43. This was, it still hurts.
We're back. The Real Estate Tailgate on a somber Monday. We're live. No, not live. Well, yeah, we are, but we're taping.
We're taping
We're on
live.
location. We're taping live on location.
Where are we at?
Sunny St. Clair Shores. Yes, it's sunny here. I know it's cloudy and snowy and crappy everywhere else, but it's sunny here in St. Clair Shores. We're at Berkshire Hathaway Key Realty. What's going on, fellas?
What up, doe? What up, doe?
Yeah.
Why are we somber?
Well, I went to the game
Walter
yesterday.
went to the game yesterday. That's what happened. He jinxed it.
Thanks.
No more games for you.
Well, that was the last home game this year anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. Well, we're taping. We're taping a few days before Christmas
Yes.
on a Monday, right after the Sunday game, home game, last Sunday home game for the Lions versus Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. It still sounds weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What makes it hurt so bad is the Steelers aren't going to do nothing either. You know what I mean? They're not going to make no noise.
Oh no. But they weren't. Yeah, I don't think they were really trying to make noise. I think they're just trying to
Well,
make
they're
the playoffs.
top of their division, so. And Baltimore lost last night.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, I'm just saying, Tomlin's been there, and he's been on and off the hot seat in recent years. So
Just very recently, really. Right? The last couple years, yeah. Not.
That's what I'm saying. Off and on. I said off and on over the last couple of years. There's been a couple of times where people started.
Real quick, I want to touch on that. That's a great point. How long's he been there? I mean, 15 years?
Something like that, man.
But my point, where I'm going with this is, I've already heard the. I don't know what I'm going to call him. I'll be nice. But I've already heard the peanut gallery. How's that?
Yeah.
We need to fire Dan Campbell. For the love of God, will you stop with it? Dan Campbell's a good coach. We're not firing him. And my other question is, who do you want? Who's your replacement? And you know what their answer is? Crickets. You look at a good winning organization, they don't go through coaches every 2 years. I don't know why Detroit fans want a new coach every 2 years. And that's a perfect example, the Steelers. Continuity.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you why.
And for a while, they had the record for most Super Bowls. Then, obviously New England's passed that up. But, I mean, no, you don't.
No, I can tell you why, though. I mean, I'm not saying this is right.
First is the coach and then the quarterback, right?
Well, yeah, but I can tell you why. It's because we've never won, and people are they don't have any patience. People just have no patience.
Someone made the comparison the other day. They're like, Andy Reid, when they were talking about firing Dan Campbell, like, Andy Reid took him like 5 years to, he didn't go right into Super Bowls,
Right.
And
he was with his previous organization for years.
This season just went, I don't know, it was a weird season. Things just went wrong.
This was
they're not a bad team. They're a good team. They're not a playoff team. And I was thinking that yesterday. I was watching the game. I'm like, God, this isn't a playoff team. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, and that was before the debacle at the end of the game and all that. I was like, we're not going nowhere. This isn't,
Well, yeah. And there's a lot of things.
I mean, I like our roster, but I mean, we're so beat up. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was crazy about our roster.
I think that's one of the keys is we're so beat up, man. And
no excuses. Everyone is. But, man.
Well, but everyone's beat up.
I don't want to say the D word.
But it depends on.
We say it all the time. You say it all the time. We need that depth, too. But we're on our third, fourth string safety, our third, fourth string tight end, our third, fourth string center.
Yeah, and that was last minute yesterday.
Yeah, you can't win games like that.
Yeah,
you can, but I mean, you're not going to win the playoffs like that.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not. I sat down yesterday. I'm in the third quarter. I'm like, man, we're not a playoff team. We're not going to go nowhere.
No, right now we aren't. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we were a playoff team.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as the season went on, we still were.
You know what I like to call it? The eye test. Because my buddy was arguing with me the whole time. Even yesterday, he's texting me. He's like, dude, we can still win the division. They win this game and the Packers lose. And, I'm like, dude, the eye test, it's not going to happen. I know it was possible, the schematics, the mathematics, but it wasn't going to happen.
No.
It's just not the year.
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah. And it hurt. I'm hurt no more than any. As much as anyone. I'm saying. It sucks. But
yeah.
It sucks big time. Yeah.
But I mean, it's not the sky is falling. We're not 0-16. We're not 2-15. We're not. I mean, we're probably going to end up with a winning record and miss the playoffs. So.
Well, I think. I don't know. I think next year, and I know we say this all the time, but
next year since 1957.
Next year since 1957. Well, I think now, because actually Professor and I had talked a few days ago about this, and now that we have, and I think we even talked in our last episode. Now that there are certain expectations that have been put on,
I agree.
I said
the bar has been raised. Been raised. I agree.
So I think,
especially after the last 2 years, actually,
right,
23 and 24,
right.
The bar is raised.
The bar is raised, but also too,
because there's some people well, you sort of like, no, dude, the bar is raised. It's not just making the playoffs. I wasn't thrilled about just making the playoffs. I was like, well, you never know. You get in, you get hot. It could happen,
right.
Just the eye test, building up game after game, I'm like, it's not there. And then yesterday, I'm like, man, even if things do go our way, they're not going to make no noise in the playoffs. It's just not.
No, and I think, though, I think moving forward.
Oh, breaking news, Marcus Davenport got hurt again yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I knew he couldn't go past 2 games.
I think we will be a winning organization. Will we necessarily make the playoffs all the time?
Yeah, I don't
know.
No.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, hold on. I
don't think the window's closed if that's where you got. If that's where you're going.
I think next year, if nothing happens, and I think then the window will have been closed.
What do you mean nothing happens? You mean don't make the playoffs?
Don't make it and don't do anything. Like we don't make the playoffs, and everyone's talking about wanting. Obviously, we want the ring, but I don't know.
Well, let's back up for a second. Let's back up for a second.
What do you mean nothing happened? Not make the playoffs? You mean? That's what you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's back up for a second because what you said, I just want to make sure.
Yes.
You said you think that we can be a winning organization.
We are.
Okay, we are a winning.
Yes.
Right now,
David, be careful. He's very fragile today.
we are a winning organization, and that's why it's disappointing. This season is disappointing. Okay,
yes.
We've proven that over the last few years.
Dan Campbell changed the culture here.
He has, and I love MCDC.
Yes,
I still love him, even though I'm gonna veer off now.
Oh boy, here we go. I'll give him the floor.
I'm gonna veer off now.
I know what's coming.
That game last night, and once again, I agree with what you said, Mike, about the eye test and stuff like that. About we even if we make the playoffs, but my whole thing is that I put that loss on him. Okay, and I know one action, one decision changes the flow of what happens afterwards. But my whole thing is, and I think I texted this to you guys before the game about points, because I didn't know that we had a practice squad center starting. We actually had 2. They were switching 2 centers in and out. I just heard about it right before the game. I texted you guys and said, wow, I just heard this.
Yeah, no, where did that come from? When you texted me that, I kind of questioned you, to be honest. I was like, I didn't hear nothing about this all week, and all of a sudden,
I was scrolling through some stuff. All of a sudden, you're telling me Glasgow's out. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was scrolling. Yeah, I just kind of heard it too. I was scrolling through some stuff, and I'm like, whoa, no, this can't be true. But anyway, that first long drive, man, we had a methodical drive. It was not a pretty drive, but we drove all the way down, and Coach made the decision to go for it on 4th down. I think we were on the 4 or 6 yard line instead of doing a chip shot. I think we were down 3-0 at the time.
Yes.
And my whole thing is bad. We didn't know how the game was going to play out. No one knew how the game was going to play out.
As I say, you're going hindsight now. You don't know.
Well, I know, but still, I'm just looking at points.
It was only 3-0. I wasn't critical of that one.
I know a lot of people weren't critical of that.
Some of his 4th down calls going forward, I'm critical of. That one I wasn't.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't because it's kind of part of our DNA. But
and we're the field position. Like, they don't get it. They're still, the other team's got to go 97 yards or wherever they were. It's not like he's going, when he goes for it on the 40-yard line, the 50, it drives me nuts.
I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is by this time the game has started. We already knew that our O-line has gotten even worse than it had been.
True that.
There's all these things that we knew that the coach knew. The coach is the one that makes that decision. That's the only point I'm making is that at the very end of the game, we had to get a touchdown to win. We needed at least 6 points.
We had it.
We were down by 5. If we would have taken those 3 points early in the game,
could have been overtime.
Huh? We could have just kicked the field goal. That play, that whole debacle and play wouldn't even have mattered because we probably never would have happened. I'm just saying, theoretically, if everything else kind of flowed the same way. Yeah, I know. If ifs and whats.
Right.
What happened? What did Boswell do yesterday in the fourth quarter? One of the best kickers in the league. He missed a chip shot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if all the events were still the same.
What if Dan Campbell doesn't go for it and kicks a field goal? And what if Jake Bates misses it?
No, but what I'm saying is I'm just looking at odds. The odds of us kicking a field goal. I mean, that's why. Listen, I'm just going to lay it on the line. It's not, I love numbers. I play with numbers for a living.
That you do.
In football, when it comes to some decisions, a lot of times it's about stats and it's about odds, just like when you're betting on a game, okay? When you're going down towards the goal line, only one of 3 things are going to happen. You're going to score a touchdown, you're going to score a field goal, or you're not going to get crap. It's not that difficult. You have 3 choices to make, okay? So let's break it down. That's the reality. You have 3 chances to make. Your players are busting their ass to drive down the field, and it's up to the coaching staff to decide what kind of a risk are we going to take. That's my only point is, like I said, I love MCDC. It's in our DNA. But looking at the history of the last several games, what was our record of converting 4th downs?
Oh, it's terrible.
0 for.
It was basically 0 for what?
Yeah,
Probably 0 for 8? 0 for 9?
Well, and not only that, but also you look at what's going on with the rest of the league. They watch the tapes. They watch the reels and all that of what we're doing. They know how to play our game.
But I think that's part
so
of.
So now, what do we do? What does Dan Campbell do as the head coach? What does he do to continue to stir the pot?
All I'm saying is we need to adjust based off of the situation. And if the situation is that our team is depleted a little bit, then maybe we're not as risky. I mean, we have to be aggressive.
I hear you. Just of all the 4th downs he's gone for, that I'm surprised this one you're most critical of, like all year.
It's just the whole situation and the fact,
and
I'm going to end on this, and the fact that we had 3 games left. It was our last home game, and we needed to win out.
Yeah.
Because what are our odds right now to make the playoffs? And once again, I'm not expecting, even if we made the playoffs, I wouldn't expect to make some noise. But the odds of us getting in the playoffs now?
I don't know the number now. It was
I think
low.
it's under 15%.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say good vibes and prayers.
Actually, though, I mean, so we need to win out and we need Green Bay to lose out now. That's what it is. Because with our loss yesterday, and oh my God, it sickens me to say this, that our loss yesterday helped Chicago clinch. Chicago clinched with our
exactly. Loss. But see, there was a lot going on.
So now we need Green Bay to lose out, and we have to win out just to even get in the door. But guess what? No, don't shake your head. I mean, it's possible because Micah Parsons out with torn ACL. Jordan Love went out with a concussion, and their backup Malik Willis hurt his shoulder. So I don't know. The Packers are falling apart. They're dropping like flies.
They are falling apart.
So, I mean, it's possible, but I still don't. I'm not optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it could happen.
But that's the point I'm getting at is that the coaching staff, part of their job is game planning. And planning for the game, knowing what's at stake. And like I said, every situation is different. You have to look at each situation when it comes up.
Yeah.
But the point is that if you look at all those things, I'm not a freaking coach. Okay, I'm just a couch potato fan, but
I'm
already
glad you said that because a lot of people calling up the radio.
I already
I'm like 99% of us aren't coaches. Like I'll admit I'm a huge fan. Football's been a part of my life my whole life. Dude, I'm not qualified to coach an NFL team.
But at the same, in my heart, I already knew.
These people play Madden,
especially when I heard that we had practice squad center starting, and the first thing I'm thinking of is the last few games we really struggled with our O-line in protecting Goff, and we know Goff has to be protected.
The exchange, the snap exchanges really weren't that bad considering their third and fourth string.
No
protections weren't there, but I mean, some of these you'll see other games you watch, and they put in a backup center, and right away they got a bad snap. Like actually, that didn't seem to be the issue at all. Just the protections and the coverages.
No, like I think we all agree we've got good teams, we've got good players, and they do the best they can stepping up.
Like
but the
we're
point
in a
is,
third, fourth string center, third, fourth string safety. Both are safeties.
Yep.
Ugh. So.
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't want to beat it to death, but I get it.
I mean, it is what it is.
Do we want to talk about the end of the game or no?
Yeah.
Well, there's only one other thing that I want to bring up. Okay, and then we can talk about the end of the game. Here's the other reason why it disturbs me that we didn't go for those points. Okay, have you ever heard the term flavor of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is going to sound rude, and I already told you several times in this taping, I love MCDC.
Yeah,
but you got to remember.
I can tell.
But when MCDC first became our coach, a lot of people didn't even know who the heck he was. No. Right? He came in and changed the culture, and he was the flavor of the week. But the flavor of the week sometimes can get stale. And when things like that happen, when you've got a ton of players that are busting their butts, and I think we touched on this the last episode. Mm-hmm. The players will do almost anything for him.
Yep.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now they will.
But
okay. But
I think I know. I think I know where you're going. I think I know where you're going.
But how long?
Yes.
Will they do that?
Yes.
When they don't see the results, or here's
be very careful where you're going, Professor. Be very careful.
Well,
no, be careful what you're saying.
No,
I know where you're going.
I'm here.
But that's why I said this is going to sound rude. But what I'm saying is
you're
that
saying he's losing the team.
No. I'm not saying it's that far yet.
No.
I'm not saying it's that far. But what I'm saying is how do things start?
Right.
How do things start like that? Because I'm going to give you one example. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm a pro football player.
You are?
Okay, let's just say I am. Okay?
Yes.
I know I look like one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm a pro football player, and I've been trying to keep the noise out because there's noise all the time, right?
Of course.
There's always critics. People are critical. They're complaining about our team. They're complaining about me and my O-line. They're complaining about my coach.
Yep.
I try to keep that noise out. But week after week, if there are decisions that are made that I have no control over, and my cousin or my neighbor, when I see them, they come up to me and they're like, yeah, sorry, you guys lost that game, but why did your coach make the call and not kick the field goal or whatever?
See, you're really reaching, Dave.
No, what? No, I'm
just one freaking play.
I'm telling you that
I see where you're going with this.
What I'm saying is this goes back to the one play, but how many? We're talking about, we've had 3 good seasons.
Solid, great seasons.
Okay?
Yes.
Even in a good season, you're far from perfect.
Correct.
You make mistakes. Calls are coming up. And you know, what I'm saying is that me, because I'm human, I don't care how superhuman I might think I am or people are, I'm still human. Okay? I mean, kudos to Tom Brady. He's called the GOAT, but he's far from perfect. Okay?
Yeah. Pretty close.
No, you're talking about playing. I'm just talking about as a human.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just saying that
I was joking.
We're forgetting
it just
that
seems like everything he does.
We're forgetting that our players, as much as we love them and as great as they are human. And sooner or later, that stuff starts to seep in. I'm not saying
the sky's falling, according to David.
No, the sky's not falling.
No.
But what I'm saying is that you cannot continue. You have to adjust, okay? Because it's just like a general leading troops down in war. Okay,
let me play devil's advocate. Yeah. Now they go for it and they make it all those times they made it, and everyone's posting on social media Dan Campbell with the wheelbarrow and his balls in there, and I love Dan Campbell and what cojones he has. Yeah. And the players even talk about it. Like you know, it's just like anything. You make it, you're the hero. You don't get it, you're the schlub. You know, it's just like anything.
No, but what I'm getting at, and what I'm saying is it does. You're right. It works both ways. But the only point I'm trying to say is that
I just feel like you're being negative, David.
Well, I'm being negative only because, and I'm just using this that one.
We're not
play.
the LA Raiders. We're not the Las Vegas Raiders. We're not.
Well, that's true. Thank God.
We're not the Tennessee Titans.
No, but the point is that like we've already discussed it, right? The bar is set higher now.
Yeah.
The bar is set higher.
Season's
okay.
Over,
how many times are you going to ask someone to try and run through a brick wall before they figure out, running through this brick wall isn't going to work?
Yeah.
That's the only point I'm going to make.
It's adapting, like you said. And
it's just changing. Both,
exactly.
Everyone, and
you're insinuating that he's losing the players, though.
No,
I disagree with that.
No.
You're saying it's coming. You're saying it's...
What I'm saying is that I'm going to go all the way back to our last, and this is for any listeners, they got to listen to our last episode, okay? Because I brought up 3 facets, right?
That's right.
3 facets of the game. What did I say? It's not 3 facets of the game.
It's 3 facets of the team.
It's not offense, defense, and special teams. That's not all that matters. It's also the coaching staff.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You actually said 5. You said and the refs.
And yeah.
No, you did last episode.
Yep, I did. Yep.
Oh, no.
But you can't control the refs, but the other ones are all things that need to adjust and that we can control, and we just have to. I'm just going to leave it at that. Like I said, don't take this too negatively. I told you before I started talking, it was going to sound rude. And it's going to sound harsh, but guess what?
We're getting to a place in a scenario where if we don't have these kinds of conversations,
exactly,
then we may not see improvements made.
And believe it or not, it needs to be part of the conversation.
I'm just respectfully disagreeing with you guys.
And it's part of the eye test. Okay?
Yes.
Like I said, things can happen. We already determined that. Mike had one opinion about that call last night, and I had another opinion, but it wasn't just not last night. What I'm saying is things build.
And this, and overall, this, like to Mitchelldamus's point earlier, and I've even said it too on and off camera, this has been the most...
It's been a strange,
fucked up season I have ever seen. And I think right now...
Not just the Lions, like all...
Yeah.
It's a weird season.
Yeah, it's very weird. And not only that,
football in general.
Yes. Well, we'll get to... I can now kind of start to laugh about it, even though it is a sad situation. But stay tuned. But it's because like we've been riding this high of being such... the fact that we are in a conversation and not just in a satirical, joking manner.
It used to be December. We're talking about who we're going to draft.
Exactly.
So,
but now that
that's where you're going, right? Yeah.
But now
meaningful
that
football in December.
But now that the conversation has turned into even just playing out a scenario where the Lions could legit be in a Super Bowl, like that is huge, and that is something that MCDC has been a huge part of. Changing that narrative, and so I get Professor's point of where it does kind of sound rude, but where we're at now, this team, the way that we are performing, the things that we are doing on the field, other teams have seen that. Like other teams other teams go for it now. Other teams take the risks that we were the trailblazers
Dan
for.
Campbell changed it.
Yes, so I guess
Sean McVay goes for it like almost every time now.
So now
almost every his percentage.
So now crazy. I think, and I understand what Professor is saying, which is why I agree and hear him what he's saying, because if we don't make any adjustments, and it has nothing to do with the players are not gonna, he's not gonna lose the locker room. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is
that is what you were saying.
No,
you guys were heading there.
No.
You were saying that it's possible in the future it could go there. That's what you're saying.
Well, it's got to start somewhere. It always starts somewhere, and that's what I'm saying.
Right.
What I'm saying is that's what you need to avoid. You need to avoid the best you can.
Yes,
the best you can.
Players,
yes.
He's a good coach. He's a player's coach. I don't see that happening.
No. And so in order for us to be able to still be in the conversation and not go backwards to where we are the brunt and the laughing stock of the entire league, we, meaning the coaching and the staff, needs to find other ways to be able to, like I said, stir the pot, do some things a little differently.
Yeah, by building the offensive line.
Football
is won in the trenches. Whoever dominates the line of scrimmage, that's football 101. We need to improve the offensive line and improve the defensive line. That's what we need to do over the year.
Agree.
Over this offseason into next year.
Yeah.
And I really hope Brad does it because, man,
we will. We'll eventually do it. But
because they're talking about Taylor Decker.
But you just
Taylor Decker might retire soon. He's been beat up a lot.
But you just once again, you just supported my point on why we should have kicked the field goal.
No, I didn't.
You just did.
I did.
Oh, we got some gaslighting on the real estate tailgate.
It's one in the trenches, man, and we didn't have the right shovels to dig the right trenches yesterday, so we should have kicked the field goal.
Let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on.
Well, moving on.
Well, hold on. You wanted to touch on that last play, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's move on off of this topic.
Yep.
On to the last play.
The heartbreak. Oh,
it was crazy. So me and Walter were at the game. So it's crazy when you're at the game. You don't always know exactly what's happening, especially with the crowd noise. Sometimes you can't even hear the ref.
Yeah.
So I watched it over and over. So yeah, it's crazy. But so that play, Amon-Ra lateraling it, backward passing it without his knee down as he's falling. That was clear. They kept showing that, Walter, right on the scoreboard. We're like, when the review, we're like, that was
like superhuman.
There was like a gap between his knee, and he did not. And he touched it. But how awesome would it have been if that would have held up? He tossed it to Goff, and Goff doesn't run in. He leaps and dives in the end zone. It's just been awesome if that would have counted to shut all the people up there. Like, Goff can't move. You can't run the ball, blah, blah. How awesome would that have been? Because he just went flying over that line.
No, the play itself was ridiculously superhuman. I mean, there was actually two stupid plays in that game.
Walter, you were not on that side of the field where that play happened, right? You were on the opposite side?
Yes.
That's where I was. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
We were even questioning, we're in the end zone, David, so we're looking, opposite.
Right.
And we're of course watching the screen now because it's way down there. But we weren't even sure if Amon-Ra possibly broke the plane before he got
you couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell. So we weren't sure if that was a possibility. And then we found out that he lateraled it. We could see it, that he backward passed it. And they kept showing that replay in his knee. We didn't even know about the offensive, the OPI, the offensive pass interference.
Well,
we didn't even know about it. And then that ref comes on and
in the OPI, once again, that I'll be honest, he did push off.
He did push off.
But was the push off enough to be an OPI?
I know, I agree.
See, that's
so. This morning on the radio, I heard a few football gurus kind of say, that was like some people said, that was, and others like, dude, that could have went. That was kind of They could have overlooked it, especially being that point of the game to let it decide a game.
Exactly, to decide a game, and that's just and see once again, man.
They said the Tesla one was even worse. Right before that, Goff threw a touchdown, and it got overturned because Tesla.
Yeah, and
OPI.
Well, like I said, I wasn't at the game, watching it on TV and watching the replays.
And his OPI wasn't even involved with the play.
Yeah, I think they were both about the same. And you're right, Tesla's was not even involved in the play. Okay,
that was another thing. The crowd was cheering, everyone's dancing, jumping up and down. Yeah. We just won the game. We're like, what do you mean offensive? Tesla? Like no one was even watching Tesla. Like when you're there, you can't see everything. Like no one saw it. We didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, once again, if you watch it again, it looks like they call it was a pick play. Mm-hmm. Basically, it was a pick play.
Yes,
but it looks like someone was shoved into him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that's why, like I said, I think those are both about the same.
Yeah.
I'm a Lions fan, so I'm gonna probably lean more towards. Yeah, both of those should have been let go.
Another crazy ending, though, man. The NFL's been crazy this year with these endings.
Yeah,
it's rigged.
Well, I was just going to mention, I just want to give some kudos, okay? That didn't really help us at all. But that catch.
Don't you do it. Oh.
That catch, man. The catch that no one thought was a catch that the Steelers made. That bounced off of, what's his name's arm. And he caught it.
And he thought he was everyone thought he was down.
Yeah, everyone thought that it hit the ground.
Yes.
That the ball hit the ground, but it
Again,
didn't.
the ref screwed that up. I don't know what you saw on TV. The refs called it an incomplete pass. And then they got up and said, no, it's a complete pass. He's down. And then they said, no, it's a touch. They kept switching it. They switched it like 3 times in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, the fans were like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Well, by the time he caught the ball, he was never touched. And then he was able to get up and go in the end zone. But like you said,
I said it backward. They called it a complete pass. Then the ref got up on the mic and goes, after instant replay review or
whatever they call it, yeah.
What's the quick replay review? It's an incomplete pass. Again, the crowd erupts. It's incomplete.
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds later, he goes, it's a touchdown. We're like, what is going on? And it was the correct call. You're right. But when you're live, they're like, they need to do something to get this better.
Yeah, but that was a crazy play. The last
I watched
play
it over. We finally saw it
play.
over. It was legit. And Anzalone didn't touch him. Like Anzalone was on the ground. Yeah. It was legit. The last play was what a crazy, crazy thing. But
the silence in my section was so deafening.
It was crazy.
I
mean, like I said, they changed the scoreboard. He said it's a touchdown. The whole place erupted.
Yeah. And then when they took it away, it was like, did that just happen? Like, I have been.
There is game's over.
And literally, it's like, what?
So Walter was all upset, but dude, I've been to so many games like this that happen. The Golden Tate 10-second runoff.
I used to go to Thanksgiving games like
the Golden
back
Tate
in the
10-second runoff was just like that. It was absolutely insane.
But see, that's once again, being there at the game and experiencing those kind of things. Our fans, our beautiful fans, I should say,
we're shell-shocked.
We're quick to react because of the history.
Yes.
How many years have we had calls go against us?
So listen, did you watch that play, David? The end?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard I had the reel of the live broadcast from CBS, and I heard Tony Romo and Jim Nantz go when they said it is a touchdown, but it's also pass interference. There's no time clock. The game is over. They both went, whoa, like that. I'm like, so they weren't even sure what was going on.
Exactly.
And they're experts, right?
Yep.
They were both like, whoa. They both screamed it. I was like, Jesus.
Well, it's because the commentary, if you listen before that, when they were going, they were trying to figure out what the ref, because that.
Did they not know?
The refs were huddling for a long
That was the other thing. The crowd was booing.
Yeah.
They huddled for like 3 minutes.
Because they were trying to sort everything out, and that's what,
but with all the replay and the headphones, they need to do better. It can't take that long.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I mean, it is
and I think
what
it
it
might
is.
have been longer than 3 minutes. It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it had to feel longer for you guys.
How many
there.
commercials did you have?
Well, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is you're listening to the commentators, and they're trying to figure out what the refs are trying to figure out. And and that's the thing. In a way, it's kind of comical because it's like they're assuming this. Well, maybe they're talking about this. Well, you really don't know, but you're just trying to fill the air because you're on TV and you're talking, and you got people glued to the TV trying to figure out what's going on too. So, but yeah, it seemed like an eternity. But
it did.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's in the books now.
Yep.
Christmas Day is our next game.
Yep.
A short week, Christmas Day.
The Bears clinched. Ugh.
Yeah, let's touch on a couple things.
We're running late, but let's touch on the Bears Saturday night game. What a crazy ending! Green Bay had that game won. I cannot believe that Romeo Doubs didn't catch that. Their best receiver didn't catch the onside kick.
That was an exciting game, though.
Wow,
that was an exciting game.
Yeah.
To
They
watch.
recovered the onside kick. Oh my God!
I was sitting at Pat O'Brien's.
And then the fumble. Oh, it was just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And man, that touchdown pass Caleb threw. Wow. I'm not a Caleb fan, but that was on the money.
Hey,
it was great. It was a great catch too.
Told you that
but
boy's
it was
got
on the
some
money.
talent.
It was on the money.
He's getting better. He's gotten better and better and better. And guess what?
In such a short amount of time.
Well, yeah.
That's the crazy part.
They
wait a minute.
Clinched.
Wait a minute. What did they have? A very good offensive line. They do.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Johnson built that offensive line very, very.
He did it very smart.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew when he was coming in.
They picked up free agents. Yep.
Yep.
That was the first thing he did, was focus on that.
As soon as they had Caleb, then that's what he focused on. Yeah.
I don't know who their GM. I mean, maybe their GM. Sure, obviously he had things to do with that too. I don't know.
It don't matter.
I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm
the
giving
GM made a good decision. Bringing Ben Johnson in.
Ben Johnson deserves a lot of credit. I'm just saying, but they have a great offensive line.
Yeah, well, he's gonna take the accolades. Believe me.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that.
I hate to say it, but I could see the Bears going to the Super Bowl.
You're crazy. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't see that.
I would be shocked.
Dude, they remind me of the 23 Lions when we went to the NFC Championship game, and things were just going our way. I mean, we were a good team. It was a good team. It was fun. It was great.
Yeah.
But a lot of things went our way.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Bears, a lot of things are going. That game Saturday was kind of fluky for them to win it that way, and they've won 5 in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah.
I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. Sorry, I don't. The Rams are really good, and the Seahawks are really good.
Mike, I agree with you totally. But what kind of a year are we having right now? Yeah. Doc has said it over and over. Weird things have been happening.
Dude, if Ben Johnson and the Bears go to the Super Bowl, you guys got better check in on me, man. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freaking lose it.
But see, that's what I'm saying is that I agree with you, Mike. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm not going to say never. Not anymore, man.
I mean, they had an easier schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not ripping them. They're a good team. I'm just saying. These are facts. They had an easy schedule.
Yep. But at the same time, like you said, they've come back.
Wins are wins. No, I'm not.
They're getting the wins.
I'm not discrediting them. I'm just saying.
They're grinding the wins, and at the last minute,
I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, like you said, I think it's the last 5 or 6 games they've come from behind.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter and won those games.
I think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl for the NFC, personally. The AFC, I still don't know. I don't know who's. I think it's going to be the Rams for the NFC.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We should touch on that. I mean, I know we're going to run long on this episode, but, man, the AFC has been a battle.
Yep.
We know for a fact.
KC is out.
KC's totally out, so we didn't even bring that up yet.
And Mahomes is injured.
Mahomes has got injured. Yep. Wishing our best to Mahomes, man, because he's like been the face of the league. You really think about it. And I like the guy. I think he's very talented.
I like Mahomes too, Walter. Though.
I hope
he's awfully quiet over there.
I hope he comes back and and is able to play like he has been playing.
Real quick, back to Ben Johnson. Real quick, I just thought of something. No, I heard this morning too, and I kind of agree with it. Like some people are ripping on Kelvin Shepard, our defensive coordinator, and saying, "Oh, well, we brought him up from inside. We didn't hire someone outside, someone new." Well, hello, where do you think Ben Johnson came from? He wasn't just all of a sudden magically this great offensive coordinator. He came up through the Lions. Dan Campbell promoted him. I don't know if he was quarterback's coach or offensive line coach first, but he promoted him and turned him into offensive coordinator. Now he's on the Dan Campbell coaching tree, right?
Yeah.
So you heard of the Belichick coaching tree, the Mike Holmgren coaching tree? I mean, that's the start of it. That Dan Campbell's a good coach. This is the start of the Dan Campbell coaching tree.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
But my point was, some people were ripping on Shepard, not on him, on the Lions, for not going out and finding another defense coordinator, which is not as easy as everyone thinks, because I like to ask people, well, who would you have taken?
Yeah,
well, it's crickets, right?
Well, I heard that a little bit,
but I mean,
earlier in the season at one time too. But the point, I'm glad you brought that up, and let me just say my piece. There's always going to be people out there chirping, okay? Yeah. And especially now when things don't go our way,
especially now with social media.
Yeah, with social media and things not going our way, we just had a bad loss. Okay, the chirping's going to get a little bit louder, and
why do people love to hate?
I don't know, man. I think, like you said, it has something to do with social media, man. People just have too much time on their hands, and I think it's, for some reason, I think it's easier to hate than to love. So I just want to say out there,
I don't like that.
I just want to say out there, I love you guys. All right, I love you guys. I love doing this, and I love the Lions. Okay. Even though we might have some tough times, This is nothing.
Yeah,
this year's nothing compared to years ago.
No.
Right?
No, because the bar's higher. Like
the bar's higher. It might,
as it should be. That's what we should expect.
Yep, exactly. That's what we should expect. So,
but speaking of bars, and well, I guess being behind bars.
Oh no, you didn't.
What a segue,
guys.
How's those Wolverines doing?
When's
your Cheez-It Bowl?
We have a situation on our hands. So for those that have been living under a rock, the prestigious University of Michigan Wolverines suffered a major low blow with the firing of their now former head coach Sherrone Moore.
So this is old news, but this happened right after our last taping.
Yeah, right after the last taping.
We got to talk about it.
But right now, he is.
Man, what a fall from grace! I'm still like in shock about it. Like the turn of events in the timeline. I know it came out. This has been going on for a couple of years or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like in 6 hours, you guys were texting each other.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm a Buckeye, and I'm still in shock too.
I'm just like, man, it's really sad. I mean, we joke and stuff, but it's sad, man.
Yeah.
The guy went
really sad.
from a family man, head coach of arguably
one of the
top football programs in the country.
Yep. See,
to losing his job, losing his family, and then it turns out he gets arrested. Because before, now we all know that, but at the time we just heard he had an affair, he got fired, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was at Cornhole, and I texted you guys like, I just heard he got arrested. I'm like, is this real or is this an internet thing? And or a social media?
For me, what made it from being
it's sad though, man.
Yes,
it's sad.
What made it, because I mean,
what a fall from grace.
Yes.
Wow.
See, being infidelity happens all the time, and so it's like,
this wasn't about infidelity,
right?
Though. Yeah, but I've heard that argument. Some people go, people have affairs all the time. Like this was beyond that.
Yes,
and people go. I've heard the argument. People have affairs at work all the time. Yeah, but you're talking an average job. This was a $6 million a year head coach at one of the best football programs in the country.
Yes. And
you can't.
Sorry. For me, what did it?
And there's rules. He knew what the rules are that you.
Yeah. Well, what made it more like dark and sad was when he started like threatening to off himself and then also like off others and
once you heard the story as to what happened.
And it's like, okay, now this is someone who clearly has some mental issues, and it's like it's just the and even looking
to
at
me though, it all just happened so fast.
It happened so fast, and then just looking at his like mug shots, it's like, I mean, he's not there. Like he's just broken.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think we can describe it any other way other than sad, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's sad.
It's sad, and you touched on the main points. And the big unfortunate thing about it is all the ramifications from here on out.
Yeah.
I mean, the immediate ramifications, unfortunately, is the team. The boys. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine how they feel, how confused they were, how their phones were blowing up?
Oh, yeah.
Because they
had what it's going to do to the program.
I'm starting with the team.
I agree with
the
you
immediate team.
Yeah.
Those boys, I mean, they had just got the news about being in a bowl game.
Yeah. Well, okay, finish and then
what bowl is that?
Yeah, I know. So
I'm laughing. At least he's in a bowl game.
So it's funny because
although we would be in a bowl game.
So what makes this even more real? So shout out to Blaine Fowler and the Blaine Fowler Experience band I play in. So the drummer in the band, his son plays baseball at Michigan, and he in one of his business classes that he's in, one of the defensive players on the football team is in his class, and he said that he was talking with him and like dude, what is happening? The guy is like, man, like this has just been so crazy. He's like myself and the rest of my teammates are like, we're wondering like what the fuck is happening, like what's wrong with coach,
yeah.
So to hear that coming from someone that's indirectly in line with it, it's like, man, like it just, and then, but I will say, to make it yes, as bad as it is, my other immediate thought here was, at the very least, what we didn't have, what happened to us, like what happened at Penn State with that fall from grace.
Oh my God, yeah, that's
Well, yeah.
Don't even open that. I don't want to go.
But let's get back to Michigan, and once again, I don't want to drag this out.
Yeah.
Okay. But a lot of people, Michigan has been in controversy several times. I'm not going to say twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say several times because, first of all, this was back-to-back controversies with just the football team. Okay? We all know about the cheating thing, the sign stealing. That's still kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, what they haven't brought up, excuse me, is their AD, their athletic director, was the same athletic director that had to fire the basketball coach. Do we remember Howard, the basketball star that became our coach, that ended up getting fired because of some controversy? Once again, that's all under the Michigan name. That wasn't that long ago either.
This Michigan scandal is the biggest scandal in college football since the last Michigan scandal.
Sorry, we're experiencing some technical difficulties.
I just want to throw that out there because where you were transitioning was the Michigan brand. Mm-hmm. Okay, this doesn't help the Michigan brand, of course.
No.
And it makes it harder for, like you just mentioned, you've got student athletes that some of them don't even know what the heck to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you got to remember,
because they
kids.
have their lives and their careers that they're thinking about.
Yeah.
Do they want to stick around and even be associated with all this mess that's going on?
Right.
Underwood hit the portal already.
Oh, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, didn't he?
No, there was another quarterback that did. Their other quarterback hit that last I heard a few days ago. Well, like I said, news is changing daily and throughout the day.
No, I'm sure. I'm not being funny. I thought he did.
I didn't hear about that.
No.
I know that one of their other quarterbacks did hit the portal. Mm-hmm. I heard about that, but Underwood, I don't know if he did or not. Okay. And while you're looking that up, and you brought up the Underwood name, which is a beautiful, great name.
It is.
Yes, it is.
I also want to give kudos to the Western Michigan Bulldogs that just won their Division II championship. And they had their wide receiver, Cam Underwood, throw down, man, and make some big plays. Two-way player. I think he plays safety on defense or whatever. But I just, a lot of people don't know Cam Underwood, but I just want to give him a shout-out, man. I love your name, Cam. Love your game, too.
Well, this isn't an Underwood, but the Ferris State Bulldogs also.
Well, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. The Ferris State.
Oh, you said West.
Western Michigan also won.
I wasn't sure who that was. I'm like, who's the West? No, I thought maybe there was another Western Michigan
I was confusing two things. Ferris State Bulldogs is Cam Underwood.
Okay.
But the Western Michigan Broncos won their championship.
That is true.
Well.
That is true. We just got
They won the MAC? No.
Yeah, the MAC.
Yeah.
Yep, they won the MAC.
Western did?
Yeah.
Yep.
Boo. Fire up chips.
So what did you find out about Bryce?
I didn't see nothing, but I thought I heard that. I guess I was wrong.
I think that might have been a rumor.
It might have been a Facebook.
Or could have,
If it didn't come from Adam Schefter, then it's not true.
That's the first thing I do when I hear stuff. Usually I go to Adam. I usually go to his page to see if it's true.
Yeah.
He's a man. He's a man.
But you're rocking some good Pistons gear.
Yeah, we gotta move. What's our time, Doc? We're
way over.
We're way over. What are we at?
1:30.
1:30.
No, how long we've been taping? I know what the time.
Is.
What time it is?
We're at 50.
50 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a lot to cover.
Well, let's just touch on a couple.
Move to cut the real estate, keep it sports. What do you want to do, or just? I mean, we're almost an hour here.
Well, yeah, let's just keep it to sports, man, because we gotta give. I since we're talking about college football. Let's just stick with that and finish that up real quick. Because I want to hear your opinion on what's transpired since the bowl games.
No, you don't.
I just want, like I said,
because we did talk about Notre Dame in the last.
We talked about it. But has there been any other
10-3? Are you kidding me? Huh? Miami and Texas A&M. The score was 10-3.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. That's who they picked to be in.
I know.
In the CFP,
they both beat Notre Dame week 1 and 2. Notre Dame's averaging like 40 points a game. There's no way. And then what? James Madison got blown out. Tulane got blown out,
which was expected.
Yeah, but
I know. I just thought it.
I know they earned it, but I don't. They earned it. They got it, but they need to do something with the system. Because is that a good game to watch? A blowout?
No.
And everyone knew it was going to be, right?
Well, the system, I hate to say this, and I really don't know jack shit, okay?
I don't know the answer. I don't
but
know.
The system,
it's just like
the system will change.
I don't know the answer.
Well, the system will change because, if anything, they're probably going to add more teams into the CFP. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to change. It does need to be tweaked. I agree with you, okay? Even though my Buckeyes are just sitting back on a bye week.
This isn't just about. I'm not talking about Notre Dame. I still think something needs to be tweaked. I'm not talking about Notre Dame.
The system. Yeah,
take that out of the equation. Something's still not right.
I agree.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying.
No, I agree.
I'm not just being sour grapes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's some weird juju in the air right now.
No, I agree. And and actually, I was actually surprised. I thought Oklahoma was going to beat Alabama, but they didn't.
Dude, I couldn't believe that game.
But so Alabama,
well, they came out dominating. They were up like 14, 17 points. They were up by 2 for sure, by 2 touchdowns.
Merry Christmas, Alabama! You get to play Indiana.
I want to be a Bison again.
So, but yeah, we'll see how the playoffs play out and the bowl games play out.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, we should have some better games coming up. So
yeah, hopefully, hopefully, I'm looking forward to that Cheez-It Bowl. What about you? No, seriously, that should be a good game.
Oh yeah,
actually
against Texas. Yeah,
that should be a good game because
next time we go to Baffin, let's have a beer. I'm gonna bring some Cheez-Its, a beer. We'll talk some football.
There you go. Fun. There you go.
Snack.
Big box, man. I love Cheez-Its. Okay.
Love my Wolverines.
So college football.
Pistons are rocking it out.
Pistons are rocking. Man. Red Wings are rocking. It's a good time. Well, up until yesterday when we lost, it was just going to say it's a good time to be a Detroit sports fan.
Yeah, but
I still love my Lions.
Same. Yeah. Last night just solidified that even more. It's. I have some questions about the league in general.
So as of today, and the Pistons play tonight, we're playing out against the Trailblazers away game. The Pistons are 22-6.
Damn.
It's crazy from where we were two years ago.
Detroit basketball.
It's crazy from where we were 2 years ago.
It is. It's crazy, man. So big props. Big props to the Pistons, man. And
I need to go to a game.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Also, just even watching them, man. I've been trying to catch parts of the games.
They're fun to watch.
Man, yeah.
They're fun to watch.
They are fun to watch, man.
Red Wings are in first place also.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
They won yesterday in overtime just before the Lions game. I know some people did the double dips. They tried. I don't know anyone personally, but I heard people talking about doing it. Going the Red Wing game, then the Lions game.
Yep.
God.
I'm getting too old to do that stuff. But
yeah.
That's also a lot of money.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Well,
but that would be.
We just had our last home Lions game, so that ain't gonna happen no more this year, at least. But
I know people that used to do that in the early fall. They would go to double dip the Tigers game, Lions game, back to back. Like, wow,
that'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. But
especially with them right across the street from each other.
Yeah,
But
no.
So can I talk real estate real quick?
Yeah. We are.
Go ahead.
We
Walter,
are.
Finish what you wanted to say.
Oh no. Go ahead.
Okay. So, David, I just wanted to talk about something that I just did, and it's something that was like basically unheard of up until recently. A past client of mine, young couple, I sold them a house 4 years ago. They wanted to buy a new house, but and their house has gone up substantially from when I sold it to them. Good for them, right? They got some equity. They wanted to buy a new house, but they needed the money out of their house. It used to be to write an offer in this market a competitive market, contingent on you selling their house to get it accepted was like almost unheard of.
Yeah, well, yeah, when the market was just brutal.
When it was brutal, yeah. And I didn't even have their house listed. I wrote this offer, communicated with the listing agent, said, hear me out. They got this great house. I described the house. We want to write an offer on your house. We're going to offer you $5,000 over asking price and guarantee that $5,000 in exchange for you accepting our offer to sweeten the deal a little. But it's going to be contingent on me selling their house. So the minute you accept this offer, I'm going to put theirs on the market. And he's like, I'm listening. We ended up getting it to go through. They bought. It happened.
Wow, big kudos and congrats. Because
dude, people would ask me this like 3 years ago. I'm like, we need to come up with another plan. That's just not going to happen. You need another plan. You need to get a bridge loan or sell your house, go stay with someone for free or rent or, and then it just didn't happen.
Well,
even
that's
2 years ago.
Well, that proves two different things. That proves that, we're definitely in a different market in a lot of neighborhoods. Okay.
As I always talk about timing in real estate, you hear me always say that timing was huge in this. This wasn't April of 2025.
Exactly.
This was, when did we write the offer? October 2025. I think like the first week of October.
Okay.
So maybe last week of September, but it was fall of 2025.
And you finally closed on the last transaction.
Yes, closed on both. Closed on their house, closed on their listing.
That's awesome,
closed
man.
On the new one.
Big kudos.
But
going back to the two things, like you said, timing, which has to do with the market, right? Because market and timing kind of go hand in hand.
Yes.
That's the first thing. The second thing that proves is that Michael Mitchell is an awesome realtor.
Thank you.
Okay. I just want to throw it out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a truth.
I just want to talk about, because I was like taking that on at first. I was like, in my head, I was like, dude, can I pull this off? And it helps when you have great clients, and when you have clients that are qualified. They're very qualified, and they did everything I asked them to do. They took all my advice, and then kudos to the listing agent on the house we bought from them. He was fantastic to work with. We had excellent communication.
Kudos to them for even listening to your offer in the first place.
I know, because a lot of times you would be like this, like, hey, listen, here's the story. We got to sell their house. You're like, oh, man, Well, and I tell my clients it's hard because there could be two other offers that don't have to.
Right.
And so, we're out the window now, right? So I said, to sweeten the deal, let's right away. I first called to make sure there's no offers. He said, no, I have no offers. I've had several showings. I have some people expressing interest, but no offers. So we put an offer, came in 5 over, guaranteed the 5, but contingent on us selling. But I also sold their house to him. Not sold their house to him, but you know what I'm saying? Sold the idea to him. I'm like, look, they have this really cute house in St. Clair Shores in a great neighborhood. And, so it worked.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It is possible, folks. Like, this market is changing a little. I still say it's a seller's market out there. In St. Clair Shores, it still is. Inventory's higher. There's over 100 homes on the market now. But timing, there's opportunities to do stuff like this. Now, we happen to catch the timing right. He had no offers. Now, by the end of the week, what if he would have had 3-4 offers?
Right.
It's very possible, and they would have been like, yeah, Mike.
Well,
that's a nice thought, but good luck with your contingent on, because I've had people call me on my listing and say, oh, yeah, so I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. Like, I got 2 other offers, that are immediate occupancy, and they're pre-approved, and, boom, 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 they got the cash. So,
yeah, I just want it to be known that I'm not just giving Mike kudos because I know him and he's a good friend of mine, and we've worked together for years, but I'm just being honest because, a lot of times it's your representation. It's having good representation that representation needs to look at the entire situation and even know what the options are to put an offer in, what kind of questions to ask, what kind of conversation to have with the other representation.
Yes.
So that's why I say kudos to you that you even realized that the market was there.
Thank you.
That was an option to bring up.
And I prepared. What I did was prepare my clients. I'm like, look, it's a high percentage we're not going to get this offer accepted. I just prepared them for a letdown.
Exactly.
I'm like, just so you know what we're up against. And they're like, we understand, but this is the boat we're in. This is the situation we're in, and this is what we want to do. And if it doesn't work out, no big deal. We'll keep trying or keep looking or see what happens. But it did, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's what you call going to bat for your clients, man.
Thank you. Sincerely, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that.
And since
I actually complimented the listing agent at closing. I said, "Man, what a great job you did. I thank you for your patience and sticking with us." And he's like, "Mike, I thank you for the communication." He's like, "You gave me such great communication." I said, "Are you sick of me yet?" Because we literally talk like, I want to say every other day. I'd call or text him every other day. He's like, "No, a lot of agents, once I get the offer, I never hear from them again."
Right.
He's like, "You kept me everything, what was going on, where you're at with the other process." He was very happy with everything. So
no, that's key. That's key. Communication is key. And since you brought it up, I just want to touch on one thing. I'm not going to elaborate because of time, but you mentioned the term bridge loan.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you want to talk about bridge loans?
Well, yeah, I just want to touch on it real quick.
That's another option if you can't. And I told my clients that, but for some reason I noticed I've presented that option to many people over the years, and I've never had someone follow up or do it. I think people are afraid of them. So the floor is yours.
Well, I just want to say that when you hear the term bridge loan, what it basically is just it's short-term. It's a short-term financing option, and it's designed to kind of bridge the gap between purchasing a new home while you're trying to sell your current home. And it's something we'll talk about more down the road. And the reason we'll talk about it more down the road is, to be honest, I've had options for bridge loans being we're not like a super mega lender like Rocket. I'll say their name because they're one of the biggest in the country. Mm-hmm. We're more of like a small to medium lender, but even though we are national, and our bridge loan options just weren't the best. And I'm just being honest. However, within the last 60 days, and it's funny that you brought that up, we now have a couple of new options, and one is in-house. So you're going to hear me talking about bridge loans because that is a great tool that can be used for the right circumstance.
Yep.
To help you qualify while you have a home, so you don't have to have your current home sold.
And then I sell your home and you pay off that bridge.
Exactly.
Loan.
It's a short-term financing option, but the point is we do some guru financing to eliminate on paper to makes it look like your debt's basically eliminated already, and we're able to use that equity from your current home.
We're going to do a show on this.
Yep, we'll talk about this down the road
in the new year, in 2026.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want people to get too excited because, like I said, timing, come April, May, someone could call me and say, "Hey, Mike, I want to sell my home, but we want to look at homes, and we need to sell my home and take that money for this." And I might be like, "Sorry, it's not going to work," because it's just timing. So if the market's super competitive again in the spring, which it has been the last forever in this area, it seems like, that would be the time to get a bridge loan.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So we're definitely going to touch on that.
I'm glad we made time for real estate because this is a real estate podcast, but we get passionate. We're passionate about real estate. We're passionate about mortgages.
And passionate about the Lions.
About sports and the Lions. So,
So with
good
that
show
said,
on location here.
Yeah.
BHHS Key Realty.
That's right.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, we're taping a few days before Christmas. So, and I mentioned that Mike is a great realtor to have if you need a realtor to represent you. And Mike, how can they get a hold of you?
You can call or text me at 586-291-2652. And I recommend David Underwood also. And I'm not just saying that. I closed quite a few deals. I'm not sure the exact count, but we did quite a few deals this year together, me and him, where he was the lender for my clients.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I'm not just saying this. It was outstanding experience.
Thank you.
And my clients agree. So
thank you so much, man.
How can they reach you?
Same thing, call or text 248-219-3457. And I want to give a quick shout out to Hooper Marketing.
Thank
Walter
you.
Hooper, our esteemed producer. That's his company.
I want to give a shout out to Berkshire Hathaway Key Realty for letting us use the facility today.
Yes, thank
absolutely.
You.
My home office, but my broker and manager were both kind enough to let us set up shop here today.
Yeah,
appreciate
it very much.
Thank you very much.
And until next time, I guess Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We got big things coming in 2026.
That's right.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.